Alright, welcome to this episode of my playthrough of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. We are on Hindersfjall, and I forget the name of this town specifically. But the reason we're on Hindersfjall is because we know that Ciri was on Ardskellige with a unknown mage fighting a rider of the Wild Hunt. After their encounter, Ciri and the mage fled to Velen. But then a fortnight later, the Wild Hunt appeared on Hindersfjall. So we're here with Yennefer to see if we can get more information about what happened. So let's get to it. Now, the other thing I'm going to do before we get to it is I have a lot of stuff because, as it turns out, when you travel across the water from here to here, you come across a whole bunch of smugglers' caches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly fast travel over to Kermure and offload a bunch of the gear that the people on Hindersfjall haven't been able to afford to buy from me.
Last night was...
I wasn't sure if they'd be as accommodating as they used to be because Madman Lugos was not happy to see Ceres become the Queen of Skellige.
Looking for something specific?
Show me what you got.
Alright, so I'm going to sell a bunch of stuff to him, and I will see you on the other side. Alright, well, I've sold a bunch of stuff to him. The only thing I haven't sold that isn't Witcher gear is Loon, as well as the 2 shirts. Just because, well, Loon seems like something I might want to put in my stash. I think I already have a Loon there. I'm not sure. But what I'm going to do is I am going to buy the Journeyman's Armor Weapon Repair Kit and the Master's Armor Weapon Repair Kit. Armorer repair kit, blah 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 blah, is what I mean. Because repair kits are always useful.
So long.
And let's head back to Hindersfjall. Larvik. Yeah, that's the name. It's great naming. Here we are back in Larvik. And one last thing just before we go to meet with Yennefer is I'm going to check the notice board here. Gardar's death. Gardar, son of Hakon, died during the last raid. His breast was pierced with 3 arrows, but he managed to crush the bowman's head in his hands before he drew his last breath. His body's already buried in a barrock, but his spirit is feasting with his ancestors. Pour some meat in his memory sometimes. Duruta. Request from Bringard. My son, Gudjon, fled the battlefield. If you meet him, kill the coward and throw his naked corpse into the sea for the fish to feed on. Bringard. Such fond parental love. Request from the Druids. Sons and daughters of Skellige. When you catch a shark, it is unbecoming to take only the fins and drop the rest into the sea. Such wastefulness is an insult to both gods and nature. The body of every killed creature, whether weasel or whale, has to be used in its entirety to the last bone and tendon. Hermione. Teacher for my daughter. Who will teach my daughter how to use a bow? The girl is already getting decent at sword and spear fighting, but she'll sooner gouge her own eye out with an arrow than hit a target. Hemminger. Order from the Jarl. If you spot a Nilfgaardian ship on the horizon, return to the village and tell me. Do not sail out against them by yourself. What's on the waters around the isles belongs to all, and we will all plunder it together. Donar on Hindar. Contract. Morkvarg. Sons and daughters of Freya. Another year has passed in which Morkvarg plagues our goddess's gardens. Whoever musters the courage to eliminate this evil will gain fame amongst the mortals and the favor of immortals, as well as a prize from the temple's vault. Sister Yosta. Got some undiscovered locations.
He hates you so much he's got to scream.
We've Freya to thank for sending you our way.
And a quest in Wolf's Clothing. Okay, I don't actually want to do either of those right now because I want to get to Yennefer. But I'm curious. In Wolf's Clothing, talk to the priestess Yosta about Morkvarg. Okay, whatever.
Last night was...
Let's take a look between here and where we're supposed to meet Yennefer. There's this point of interest. Don't really care about that. These 2 points of interest, but I'm going to go this way around. Hello, Roach. Contract Strange Beast updated. Why is it updated? Investigate the ambush site using your Witcher senses. So again, I'm going to do that later. Got a guarded treasure, but I'll get to that later. Am I going the right way? I hope I'm going the right way. I am, okay. Lofoten. Lofoten Cemetery. Ah, there's Yennefer. So, quick summary for those who may need it. Emhyr var Emreis had been searching for his daughter Ciri for quite some time. No, that's the wrong quest. There we go. Though Ermion was incensed, no druidic pun intended, at Yennefer and Geralt's theft and desecration of an ancient artifact, he was willing to put his anger aside to help them find Ciri. He told them of the hunt's recent destruction of the village of Lofoten. Geralt and Yennefer knew at once it could not have been a chance attack. Ciri, they went there looking for her. That's a really weirdly worded sentence. Okay.
Greetings, Yen.
Good thing you're here. The frostbite was starting to set in.
You should have worn warmer clothing, had something that needed taking care of.
Had a matter to tend to.
A matter that brooked no delay, I presume. What was it? A Necker contract?
Something like that. Can we go?
Quite a few years since I was last on Hindisfjall. But if I remember correctly, Lofoten should be this way. Raised huts and fresh graves. This must be it.
Gathering of some kind. We've come at a bad time.
There's no good time to talk about the Wild Hunt.
Ironically, we went through Lofoten to meet Yennefer.
What if Craven told the truth? What if he didn't abandon us? But was
Perhaps 'twere written in the
speaking?
stars.
He was our brother in blood.
Grass has grown
We sailed
over
on the
our
same
loved
longship.
one's
We
grave.
sat oar to oar.
Their memories
Raided the Black Ones together.
But when they attacked, he fled. Ritual of some kind. We'll have to wait.
We'll do no such thing. Dear sisters, pardon the interruption, but we've an important matter to discuss.
Can you not see we're commemorating the dead? So,
And we're looking for someone who's still alive. Please, this is urgent. Then speak.
They say the wild hunt destroyed this village.
That is true, though few believe us. You don't either, I'm sure. Did you see riders on skeletal horses, wearing frost-covered armor?
Aye, that's how it was. They landed on our shores in a ship made of the claws of dead men, like in the ballads. Leif yelled to grab the children. Then they came, cut him across his face. He tried to whisper, only blood came out.
You were to ask about someone, not prod their wounds.
That's enough. What happened then?
Go on.
I ran out to get help, to get Leif. But so many bodies. Yole, Ingvar, little Necky.
Which way did the riders go?
Towards the sea, through the ravine, on horses made of bones. Bones and ice and...
Enough! Get to the point. Now.
We're looking for a young woman, name of Ciri. Ashen hair, green eyes.
I'm sorry. She is not here.
unless she lies in a grave. That is, I do not recall one by that name. But I've buried so many, I may have forgotten.
This Ciri, has she a scar here on her cheek?
Yes, what happened to her?
Don't know. Saw her but for a moment, right before it all. She was in the stables with Craven. 1,000 curses upon him.
Remember anything else? Anything at all?
Only that she seemed tired. Very tired. And her hair was wet.
Great. So we know she bathed. Progress.
I'm sorry, Craven. My apologies. Craven. Craven could have told you more.
This Craven you mention, does he have a name?
He did. Until the elders struck him from the saga of ancestors.
It's as if he has ceased to exist. The lore forbids anyone from touching him, speaking to him, even uttering his name.
What did he do to deserve that?
He fled from the wild hunt. He alone.
We need to talk to him, even if it's not in keeping with your customs.
You've come too late. He went to the garden to fight Morkvarg.
Isn't Morkvarg one of the contracts I have?
A coward who willingly seeks battle? Am I the only one who sees the contradiction?
That's why he did it. Craven knew he would prove the elders wrong only if he killed Morkvarg.
And thus regain his honor and his name.
Trial by ordeal. Very Skelligan.
I do not mock your laws. Please also respect ours.
Morkvarg. What's that?
Who, you mean?
The vilest man ever to inhabit Skellige. Nothing was ever sacred to him. He attacked his own clan's lands, took gold from Nilfgaard, killed children, pregnant women.
Know the type.
They said he feared only one thing, the wrath of the gods. Morkvarg sought to prove how wrong they were, so he sailed to Hindisfjall to ransack the goddess's garden. This was over a decade ago.
Archpriestess Ulva stood in his way. He thrust a blade between her ribs and cast her down in the mud. As her lifeblood left her, she cursed him, and Morkvarg transformed into a beast.
A curse? A monster? You've got some work to do.
I can get rid of Morkvarg. Don't know what he's turned into, but a silver sword should do the trick.
It's not that simple. There have been those who have bested Morkvarg, yet he always returns.
So, it's a complex curse, meaning I need more information.
I understand, but I've told you all I know.
Speak with Torridar's son, Einar. He was in the garden when Morkvarg and his men attacked. He saw what happened. Of all the pilgrims there at the time, he alone escaped with his life. He settled in Larvik. You'll find him there at the landing, provided he's not out to sea when you arrive.
Where is this holy garden?
Not far from here. North. We cultivated healing herbs there once.
And now?
Now we walk only as far as the tree the goddess planted. We place our offerings and make our pleas before it.
Those who venture below remain in the garden forever.
Thanks for your help.
I understand you intend to enter the garden. I dislike it when foreigners enter the sacred grounds, but so be it.
Custom demands pilgrims make an offering of their own blood before the tree. Craven surely did so. Unless he lacked not only courage, but respect for Freya as well.
You needn't worry about us. Geralt and I always give the gods the respect they are due.
Sweet mother.
Find Freya's garden and look for Craven. So now let's just take a quick look at our quests. Oh yeah, in Wolf's Clothing, talk to the priestess Josta about Morkvarg, find the garden where the monster dwells, and talk to Einar about the curse. And for main quests, find Freya's garden and look for Craven. So let's first things first. I feel like we should talk to Einar about the curse.
We serve her who is virgin, mother, and crone.
Worried this trail might have gone cold.
Even if Craven's dead, we'll manage.
How exactly?
You'll see when the time comes.
You could stand to be nicer sometimes.
I suppose. But then I wouldn't be the woman you fell in love with, would I?
And Yennefer's not following. That's okay. I can rejoin with her. Here's Einar.
You're a ye dimwit! Drop one more and I'll keelhaul you!
Got a minute?
Prepare my boat, can't you see? Nilfgaardian dogs were the hunter's son.
Got bigger game in mind. Morkvarg.
Ah, so them's your apples. Alright, ask away. In praise of Freya.
You were there when Morkvarg raided the garden. Heard you alone survived.
True. I managed to flee. Great Mother was looking out for me that day.
But she didn't give a lick about the priestesses.
Apparently. Morkvarg had them bound and slit their throats like horses for the sacrifice. And he laughed. Understand? He laughed. But Archpriestess Ulva cursed him with her dying breath. You are beastly now, remain so forevermore. Ah, saintly woman.
What happened to Morkvarg?
Hard to believe, but fur rose through his skin, and his mug stretched forth into a muzzle like a dog's or a wolf's. He howled, long and grieving, then lunged at his men. They tried to run, but he was fast as lightning. As he killed them, clamped his jaws round their throats, they turned to ash, just like that. Ash that seeped from twixt his fangs.
Not good. Curse must be complex, multi-leveled.
Such is the Great Mother's power.
Didn't help the priestesses. Why not?
How could I? Alone against a dozen raiders that... Why are you staring?
Just wondering. You people, obsessed with honor, courage, and so on. Are you just cut and run? Strange.
I ain't proud of it. Since that day, I've been seeking a worthy death at sea. Seems the goddess, she's not seen fit to summon me yet.
Thanks for your help.
Goddess, guide your sword.
Respect.
Alright, and let's take Roach back to Yennefer.
Hey-ya!
So his initial description was kind of like a werewolf or something like that, but as Geralt said, it must be a complex curse, multi-leveled. This is where I left Yennefer. And I keep hearing this wraith over here by the guarded treasure, so let's just take care of the wraith. Wraith mutagen, essence of wraith. Empty bottle, thread, assassin's gauntlets, hunting trousers, oil, diamond dust, and florins. There's Yennefer. So in Wolf's Clothing, it's find Morkvarg, and Missing Persons, it's finds Freya's Gardens and look for Craven.
A bite, just one morsel. One piece. A crumb. Food. Food. Shank. Not again. Not again.
He doesn't seem happy to see us.
Wait till he gets a closer look at me.
Ah, so it's one of those curses where all food turns to ash in your mouth.
So, where shall we start?
Let's go to that tree the sisters mentioned.
Plan to bleed yourself for the goddess?
Not necessarily, but Craven did. We just might pick up his scent. Craven was here. Look, the impression. Kneeled down on one knee and cut himself to make the offering. Bloodstains, see them?
No. I may be inhumanly beautiful, but I don't have superhuman senses. Not like you.
Which is why you should stay up here. No offense, but in that undergrowth and mud, you'd be like a...
Ball and chain?
Planned to say it gentler, but yeah, that's basically what I had in mind.
Fine. We'll do as you say. If the need arises, I can cast spells from up here.
I can say see you later or expected you to object.
Thought you might object.
Me? Please. I can be extraordinarily conciliatory.
Yen, look me in the eye. What are you plotting?
Many things. How to seize the Temerian crown, how to sell Kaer Morhen out from under you. Go already.
Follow Craven's footsteps using your Witcher senses.
Craven's blood, flowing profusely. Trails clear. Should lead me to him.
Looks like this is where he went down.
Light prints. Craven trod carefully.
Just a standard wolf. That's a candle.
No bite marks. Morkvarg doesn't eat his victims. Strange.
Is it Craven?
No, this one's been here a while.
What? I can't hear you. If you want to chat, come closer.
Her senses are really dulled.
That, I think, is going to become a thing.
Monster tracks. Running. Chasing something.
And of course, the gate's locked.
Looks like Morkvarg got bored of sneaking around and attacked. Craven's blood. Craven's blood. Craven was injured, started running. Craven's blood. Door won't budge. Craven must have blocked it, or it's just locked. Gotta go round.
Explore the further parts of the herbarium. Well, before I do that, I'm going to call an end to the episode here. You know the drill. Click over there. Join me next time as we continue looking for Craven and Morkvarg. See you then.